Here's your weather video for this Wednesday, December the 27th. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray. I had to pardon my voice this morning. It's a little foggy outside, but nothing to worry about. Some fog advisories around the country. There around the Savannah area in Georgia, also up over New England, upper part of Michigan. Winter storm warnings, blizzard warnings, winter weather advisories, and even an ice storm warning cover part of the northern central plains over into northern Minnesota. But here in Alabama, no advisories, anything much to worry about on this Wednesday morning. This is the upper level look across North America. The upper air pattern shows that big upper low centered there in northwestern Missouri. It's going to be spinning its way our way over the next day or two, and as it does, that could mean some precipitation. Fortunately, not looking like any kind of problems from it, but we always have to take these systems very seriously because they can generate some of their own weather with them as they go along. Here's the track of that upper low over the next 2 or 3 days as it weebles and wobbles its way into the Ohio Valley, down into the Tennessee Valley, and put some pretty decent energy there in northern Alabama, northern Georgia. By late Friday night, that system finally begins to spin on out of here. As we go through the New Year's weekend, more triffiness developing over the eastern United States, ridging developing over western Canada and the northern plains, and another system is headed our way out of the desert southwest, looking like it could cause some problems around here in terms of rain, maybe some small chance of wintry precipitation around Wednesday night the 3rd and Thursday the 4th. Now we'll look at that in just a minute. And again, another system is clicking into place right behind it as we get just a very progressive pattern with more and more storm systems coming out of the Pacific. Talking about clouds this morning because northwestern parts of Alabama got a little more sunshine, partly sunny conditions across the rest of the area. Nobody's really totally cloudy. Some places pick up a little patchy fog. Watch out if you're out driving. The obstructions to visibility, not generally very problematic, but just be careful if you're driving and you encounter any areas of fog. Slow down, use your headlights, and just be very, very careful. Now, going through the day today, I think we see increasing sunshine. Sort of like yesterday, even though the clouds were fairly slow to progress. Looks like by the end of the day we could see pretty decent amount of sunshine. But clouds will be making a comeback overnight tonight. A little energy rotating around that upper low. Then as we get into your Thursday, more sunshine. But look there to the northwest. Clouds are moving in again, and they'll be thickening and kind of just increasing in coverage as we go through the day into the overnight Thursday night. And then Friday looks like it's going to be a fairly cloudy day. Some sunshine, but it will be cloudy at times. But then those clouds will begin to dissipate as we move into the weekend and that upper low moves away from us. This is the GFS, the 18Z run from yesterday, showing that upper level low there over central Missouri with a surface low there also west of St. Louis. This system, as we saw earlier, will be rotating its way this way. Look there, a few snow showers across western Tennessee by Friday morning. I would watch out because the convective allowing models are saying that there could be a little light precipitation tonight. And with temperatures, right around freezing, that'll be interesting. We'll have to kind of watch that as we go through the day today to determine if that's going to be a problem. With that, very spotty precipitation and very light, mainly over northeast Alabama. But here you see some light snow, northwestern Mississippi, southwestern Tennessee. That's at 3 p.m. on Friday. And then in the afternoon, that coverage is increasing a little bit across southern middle Tennessee. Some rain and snow mix over northwestern Mississippi. A little bit of that rotates down into north Alabama, the Tennessee Valley, there Friday evening. It's still there with a rain-snow mix down around Birmingham. Some more snow there to the northeast. Temperatures, by Saturday morning are going to be probably cold enough to support snow over north Alabama. I wouldn't be too worried about it Friday afternoon, maybe Friday evening, but you see there's some rain back toward Memphis, and all this is kind of rotating on out of here. Now, the National Weather Service in Memphis, or National Weather Service in Nashville, forecasting very low probability of 1 inch or more of snow. That's just common sense with, temperatures in the 40s for the most part. But these upper lows can sometimes create their own weather through dynamic forcing that causes cooling. We've seen it before. Not saying it's going to happen here. Not much in the way of moisture to work with, but it is something we'll be watching. For right now, no accumulation. Don't worry about it. But for Saturday, we get into clearing skies, a little bit warmer. Sunday, certainly a little bit warmer. And then we move into the New Year. New Year's Eve, this is 6 p.m. Sunday night. A lot of folks will be out gallivanting and partying, getting together with friends, enjoying fireworks, going to parties, watching football. And it looks like it's going to be beautiful weather across north and central Alabama. Partly cloudy skies, overnight lows. Monday morning, Sunday night, going to be in the lower middle 30s, so it'll be a chilly night, and you'll want to dress warmly, of course. But as we get into New Year's Day, another system's moving towards us. It moves into western Alabama there by early Monday morning, and New Year's Day looks like it might be a little wet as you're enjoying your black-eyed peas and your Hoppin' John. This is coming off the new model run. This is the 0Z run. And it moves all that rain out of here finally by Tuesday. Not much in the way of rainfall amounts. As a matter of fact, we could just take a quick peek at what the 24-hour rainfall amounts, would look like. They'd be somewhere in the, 0.2 of an inch range. So not going to be anything that's going to break the drought. But then as we get on into Tuesday and Wednesday, that system's moving on out. And it's out of here. Watching a system moving along the Gulf Coast. Now, some of the earlier models, like the 18Z run yesterday, had some kind of interesting output. But you see here, that system stays pretty far to the south, and it keeps any chances of wintry precipitation out of the picture. But if you go back just one model run, that system was actually developing a fairly decent snow band on its northwest side, and that is plausible. You could see an inch or two of snow from eastern Alabama, parts of Clay and Randolph counties over into Georgia. They're near and south of Atlanta. That's kind of plausible. But, as you saw, this 0Z run, just 6 hours later, says no dice. I wanted to show you the European just so you could kind of get an idea, about what might be going on here according to it. And it's interesting because it's showing the precipitation developing and moving down into Alabama on Friday. But it is bringing that precipitation all as rain. This is the 12Z run on that. Shows that precipitation working its way down into north and central Alabama. Not very widespread, not very heavy for sure. But the 18Z run was even less bullish than that. So in between those two bookends, that's pretty much what's going to happen. It'll be fun to watch, but I don't think we're going to be dealing with any significant problems from the white stuff. These are temperatures off the National Blender models for today, calling for middle 50s in the Tennessee Valley, upper 50s to lower 60s across central Alabama. Lows tonight, going to be chilly, 29 to 31 in the northwest, 33 to 34 in the I-59 corridor, 35 to 37 in areas just southeast of that. Extending on out for the next 10 to 12 days, the National Blender models. Right here showing 57 for your Wednesday, 48, colder tomorrow. Going to be some gusty winds, so kind of get ready for that. 46 on Friday. With more in the way of cloudiness. I've even got my temperature tweaked down a couple more degrees below that. Struggle to get back into the 50s on Saturday. I think we'll make it. Sunday says 55, and then we just fall back into this yo-yo 48 to 52 with overnight lows between 26 and 36 as we head into the week 2 voodoo period, and we'll be watching that closely. The show that's on this week for Weather Brains is a great one. Many of you are fans of Tom Skilling, the incomparable meteorologist for WGN in Chicago. Has been doing it for 45 years. He joined us, most gracious gentleman. He joined us last Thursday when we recorded that show, You can pick it up now anywhere you get your podcasts or on the website at weatherbrains.com. And Tom is just the ultimate gentleman, and it will be interesting to watch him retire. We wish the best for him. We're going to miss him, but I think he won't be very far away from weather. Well, that's your weather video for this Wednesday morning, the 27th day of December. I'll have notes on the blog, even more discussion, explanation of the clouds and the potential for precipitation and the cold air and year-end kind of numbers. We got lots to look at as we go into the weekend. Lots of information for the bowl games, information for your New Year's Eve celebrations, all right there on the blog. I'll be back to do this video tomorrow morning since we're on a one-a-day schedule all week this week. James will be back, of course, next week. And as I always tell you, when we get together, just keep an eye to the sky because you'll always have something fun to look at.